Hey guys, so I'm going to talk about Suits Season 6, Episode 3, Back on the Map. So what I really loved about this episode was that Lewis tries to get new tenants and he keeps screwing over everyone that wants to come. I think he lost like 5 tenants. And I found that entire story so hilarious, even though it wasn't the main part of this episode. Like when Donna's like, you're screwing the pooch on every client we're getting. And he's like, Donna, you know what? I took care of it. I got a client. You don't have to worry anymore. It's a bunch of old guys. And then she's like, okay, let's see. And sure enough, Lewis gets screwed over when the new guy comes and he's like calling him a douche. And he's like, hey, ass. Oh, guys, by the way, how many times do people say ass or asshole in this episode? And what I also loved about the whole Lewis part was when he goes to Donna and he's like, Donna, I need your help. And she's like, if you want my help, you're going to do what I ask you to and you're not going to do anything for 24 hours. And then she rubs his shoulders and he makes those weird faces. Lewis makes so many weird faces this episode. It was so hilarious. Especially when like he's doing something to his shoulders. I just couldn't stop laughing. I really love that part. And then there was another subplot with Rachel, where Rachel is like doing mock trials, I think, in her class. And then this girl's like, oh, we all know that Mike, your fiancé, is in jail, so what gives you the right? And then Rachel's like, I'm have to go to Jessica now and ask her for help. And sure enough, she goes to Jessica for help, and then Jessica's like, I go through this every goddamn day. I can help you out. And then Rachel's like, oh, really? Thank you. But then, like, when she does win over that girl, and then she's like, look at this paper. It has all the dirt I have on you. I didn't like how she won, but it wasn't actually her victory. It's technically Jessica's victory, and I wanted Rachel to win on her own, if that makes any sense. I also wanted to know what was on that paper that the girl was like, she actually read what was on the paper and then she said all that just to make herself look bad and make Rachel look good. Like, what could have been on that paper? Did she kill a bunch of people that no one knew about? I mean, was it that severe that the girl had to say, Rachel is the best. I'm sorry, I'll go sit down now. She won the case, professor. I want to know what that girl did. I bet she killed a bunch of people for her to react that way. Moving on to the main plot of the episode, where Mike and Kevin need to stick together and Harvey's trying to get back some clients so the firm can stay on the map. So Mike and Kevin are trying to protect each other and both of them are like best friends now. Kevin's like, you and me, we have to be back to back. And Mike's like, I can't leave Kevin alone in the bathroom. He has to be with me all the time. So then Mike goes to Julius and he's like, I need your help. These guys don't do anything. And Julius says you have to write a complaint, it can help you. And then Mike's telling him, you know what? I know what happened to the last guy who came to you for help, and he ended up dying or in a coma. But then we see that Julius in the end kind of does help both of them out, where he gives Kevin the kitchen job, so now they can stay protected somewhat. What I really loved about this episode, other than Lewis's comedy and what was happening with Lewis, was Harvey's storyline. Again, from last week and this week, Harvey's plot and the way and the dialogue they're giving him was so impressive. So when you see Harvey, like, he doesn't want to take dirty clients again, so he goes to Nathan Burns. I don't remember Nathan Burns, but if any of you guys do, let us know in the comments. So he goes to Nathan Burns and he's like, you know what, I'll work for you. And Nathan's like, you have to work for me now because you have no money. And then that other guy who he doesn't want to work for buys a part of their company. And then Harvey's like, now I'm going to buy a part of the company, when he goes back to the guy who Lewis hates and who were subleasing the house. And then when the guy's like, you know what, he wants to kick us out. And then Harvey's like, you know what, I can help you stay here. And then he's like, how? Plus, I want to stick it to him. And then Harvey says, I've been doing that for the last 10 years. That was so hilarious. And then by the end of the episode, you see that Harvey and Jessica and the firm, they get the client. That was really satisfying to see them get somewhere finally with the business side of things. And I also love that Harvey found out that Frank was an informant. And then Mike uses that, and then both of them kind of know that he can't attack me as much as he wants to now, and that he can actually get out if he wants to, so they're playing the long game. So, and then at the end of the episode, where the biggest reveal happens, where Sean Cahill comes in, also known as the guy from Arrow, who's the bad guy. Every time I watch Suits now and he's in the episode, I always see him as Damien Dark. I'm like, oh my god, what is Damien Dark gonna do? But then I'm like, he's not gonna do anything. Anyway, so you see Sean Cahill comes in and he's like, I can get Mike out early. And how can he get him out early? dun, 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 he has to rat out on Kevin and he has to give all the information out on him. And then Mike has to become an informant if he wants to get out early. I really love that twist, but as soon as he came in and he said he can get out early, I already knew that he was going to bring out Kevin, because they made it purpose to show that this episode, Mike and Kevin were becoming closer as roommates and as friends. So I really like this episode, guys. It was really funny because of Lewis and Harvey and Mike's storyline and the big reveal at the end. It made it a really good, solid episode. So let us know what you thought. Like, comment, subscribe, and stay up to date with all the videos we're posting.